Hey Tony. Yo. So what we doing?
Well, every once in a while we got a young person in our program who, for whatever reason, doesn't want to face what's going on in their life, and so they kind of hide. And they stop coming to sessions, and they don't answer their mentors' calls, and they don't answer our calls. And so every once in a while it's necessary just to make a surprise visit. And let them know we really mean it. Let them know that we care enough to even go out and find them when they can't face themselves.
Do you have a story of him?
Yeah, actually I do. I have a story about Tony. We went up to a Big Bear for a men's retreat, as we have like on October, and there was this one gang called 4 Block, and like shit, that shit was funny, like they were saying that going up the mountain, all that gangbanging was left to the side, when in reality, like going back to the mountain, they were gonna go back home to the same bushes. So Tony cares about us. So Tony was mad, he was outraged, he was just he started screaming, and he was speaking with his heart, and he touched other souls, and they decided just to drop that. So that's a real crazy story right there.
Once you get to know him, it's like if you don't have love for him or just love him, then something's wrong with you, to be honest, because Tony is one of the greatest men that I know that I would ever meet.
Hey Tony, if you help out kids but they don't return your calls and they don't answer, and if they MIA, and why you still do it if they don't want to talk to you or stuff like that?
Well, it's not about me.
Okay.
You have to understand the language of the heart and the language of the soul. If somebody doesn't want to talk to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they don't want to be helped, or that they don't want to be helped by you. It means that they're afraid to make the step. So sometimes you got to make that step for them. And you never impose yourself on them. But I know that when we talk to young people about what made the difference for them, over and over again, they tell us that their mentor just kept showing up. No matter what they did, they kept showing up.
Nobody ever walks away from meeting Tony and saying, whatever, and forgets him. He'll always have something to give you that lasts and that always stays with you. Doesn't matter. I see Tony almost every day. I talk to him every day, and I always feel better after I talk to him. I feel loved. I feel secure. I feel safe. I feel like I'm a better person because of Tony.
What is one thing that that nobody else knows about Tony?
One thing that I know about Tony that no one else knows is that he probably loves me more than you.
So what kind of impact has Tony had on your life?
The impact, you could say, he's like a father figure to me, because he's been there since I met him, since day one. He's been there the good times, bad times, and all kind of times. He's just there. He's feeding me. You hit him up, even if you're in trouble or you just want to say what's up, that fool's there.
How does it feel when you impact a person's life and that you helped them and they thank you?
It's fulfilling. It's the reason that we're all here. There's a poem by Hafez that I love, where he says, I've come into this world to discover the sword dropped from man's hands at the height of its arc of anger, because we've discovered there's only one flesh we can wound. And what he's saying is that we're all one. And when you hurt, I hurt. And if I can stop my violence, maybe I can help you learn to stop your violence. And if we all dream of you know, seeing that sword of anger drop, that we can all dream of a better world. So by helping a young person, I'm helping myself. Okay, I gotta figure this out. I think we're off track here.